and you'll be able to do in real life is I would set this up. I would connect these two. What happens when you go to connect this up? Would you connect it to a flow meter here? Justin, what do you think? Flow meter?
Going to the wall. Both of them run to the wall and flow over.
I don't know if Edwin agrees with me right now. I like to bust on him. It helps keep him awake and alert. I think I'm the only one that does it. So, you just connect it right to the wall.
Why didn't it hiss at you?
That's going to do more than hiss. Why is it making that sound? Because why? Exactly. What? Does sound pretty. But guess what? It's going to do that until you connect the other one up. So sometimes I start threading one on, and then they're usually the outlets are close enough by I can start both of them and sort of then do them at the same time and you won't hear it. It's because it's out of balance, right? The pressures are out of balance. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't hook it all up because I don't have a threaded outlet for air. But the thing I wanted to show you is there's something missing here, isn't there? In this setup. And I know Veronica went over this with you. Something's missing. And it is the oxygen analyzer. Let me just get a T. I have to know that there's a T back here.
You'll learn someday.
Wait, a grasshopper worked here?
A grasshopper.
What? That's pretty cray-cray.
Very cray cray. This is the only thing that was missing on here. Actually, I didn't even need all that extra stuff. I only needed this one thing. So all I did was take the blue cap off of it, and the oxygen analyzer is then on. Because this is verifying that this is accurate, right? Because they aren't always that accurate. They're close, but if you want to know, you have to connect it up. Notice where it's not. It's not on the output side. It's not on the humidified side, is it? It's on the dry side. Here's the dry side. All the gas coming in, that's dry. What's this thing here? That is the pop-off. Does that make sense? This is the only thing that was missing that you guys should remember it goes part of this. It's the oxygen analyzer.
A few weeks ago, we were wondering if we were to put the heater in like the other way, would it, you know, like if you attach the tubing to
This
other,
over here
yeah,
and this over there.
is that bad? Okay,
But
so it doesn't matter.
you
what
have to remember when you're connecting all this stuff up that you're limited by these pigtails over here.
Mm-hmm.
So to just sort of maneuver stuff around, can you do it? Sure, you can do this. It just may not fit very well. So logic kind of tells you that this probably should be turned this way, and that should be like that, and then this like this. It just makes the most sense logically, and keeping stuff out of the way and keeping these pigtails over here. And remember the difference. Oops. That you shouldn't be doing. Apparently this has been apart several times. But when you look at this, there's two different, there's this one and then there's this one. Somebody assembled this with the three leads on here. You look inside this heated wire setup, there's only two prongs. Two prongs, two prongs. This is like the neonatal one, this is like the adult one. There's a difference. Do you see what I mean? So there's a difference between the two. And that's all you're doing. And of course then this gets connected into here. Make sense? And that's it for your high flow. How easy was that? So just remember that this is where the oxygen analyzer goes. Questions?
And that's just analyzing.
So we don't need both of those black plugs in? Just one of them?
No, just one of them. This is an adapter that comes from Fisher-Paykel for the device. Right? That's all it is. And they keep it this way so they don't have a zillion different wires laying around. Because things get lost, and that's why they are the way they are.
Jake, you said the three prong goes for the neonates, right?
Yeah, like if you look on the back of this one right here, you can see right there there's only two prongs. And if you look inside this one here, you got 3 electrodes in there.
Wasn't that one just plugged in there?
I heard it goes on the ventilator.
When we came down.
Does it go on the ventilator itself?
It can. It depends on the heated wire. Like you just have to look inside of it. That's the easiest answer I'm going to be able to tell you. Is if you look inside there and you see 3 leads, and this one only has 2 leads. So, and don't forget these temperature probes. You've got one here, right, and one down here. When you go to get these off, you just twist it off. When you go to put them in, you just press them in. But a lot of times you have to make sure that you really press them in. And the other thing you can do is you wipe them off with an alcohol prep pad. Sometimes they get excess moisture on them, and that excess moisture gives faulty readings. All right, so that was the high flow.